From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Consultants hired by the state to look into problems at the state hospital in Warm Springs say there is some good news, but they warn that comes with a big qualifier. What that warning is all about, just ahead.
I'm Jane McDonald. Right now we're here in Bozeman, but soon we'll be heading over to Gardner on a flight to deliver some food. Coming up.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
And soak it all in, people. That's what we're talking about for the next couple of days. It is going to be really nice around southwest Montana. Do have a thunder shower chance this afternoon. Could see some gusty winds, hail, that kind of situation.
Oh, wow.
But as we head into our 4th of July weekend, things are shaping up for all outdoor activities to be just fine. If you have sunscreen, sunglasses,
wear it all.
There you go.
Put it all on.
Outside, you and I were just talking about how beautiful it is out there today, and it is lovely out there. We just have a few scattered thin clouds in parts of southwest Montana. Temperatures delightful. 52 in Dillon right now, 37 in West Yellowstone, 47 in Belgrade and Butte, 55 up at the Montana State University campus. It's just a gorgeous morning out there. We're going to warm it up into the low 90s today with that afternoon thunder shower chance. Be ready for that. We'll talk more about that coming up in a couple of minutes. For Butte, there is a chance of a thunder shower as well. Clouds will roll in into the afternoon, temperatures warming into the low 80s, and then we'll cool it off for a little bit before we head into that weekend. Details of that back out on the patio in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Chet. Consultants hired by the state to look into problems at the state hospital in Warm Springs and at other facilities say poor record keeping is hindering the study. MTN's Jonathan Mbarian reports on what else those consultants are saying.
On Monday, the contractors brought in to do an assessment of state-run healthcare facilities told state lawmakers about challenges they've identified and progress that's been made at the Montana State Hospital. Diane Rafferty and Christopher Baglio are from the firm Alvarez and Marsal. Montana DPHHS hired them to work on long-term strategic plans for 7 state facilities, including the state hospital. The facility at Warm Springs has faced ongoing safety and staffing concerns, and state leaders have been working on ways to address them.
These are issues that have been long-standing and building over time, and so as we're working towards that kind of lasting change, which is going to take time, we're also looking for short-term wins, so opportunities where we can show some improvement now.
Speaking to a legislative interim committee Monday, Rafferty and Baglio acknowledged the continuing challenge of recruiting nurses and other staff, and said there's been a lack of needed staff training. They said one big issue has been a lack of the data they'd need to track quality improvement.
Those metrics have never been measured. So it's hard to say what success looks like if you've never measured it.
One positive they identified was the commitment of the hospital's staff.
The people that are still there really care about their patients and are proud to come to work every day. And when they see things in the press and they see the bad things, it's been hard on their morale. And many of those staff will stay. So it's our job to get them trained, get them competent, look at the care delivery model.
The consultants say they've completed a culture and climate survey to hear concerns from staff at these facilities. The full results are set to be released next week. Their overall assessment should be completed around October. Also at Monday's hearing, the committee moved forward with a proposed bill for the next legislative session. It would prevent people from being committed to the Montana State Hospital for a primary diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease, dementia, or traumatic brain injury, unless it's believed they're at an immediate risk of harming themselves or others. In Helena, Jonathan Mbarian, MTN News.
From Montana ranches and gardens to the gateway communities, MTN's Jane McDonald takes flight from Bozeman to Gardner, where communities are still recovering from devastating floods, to see food being delivered and talk with locals to see what else they need.
We are just moments away from taking off over to Gardner, but first we gotta get ready and start loading up with eggs, bread, meat, and more.
When people are in crisis, we're all available to help.
Elise and her colleagues at the Montana Food Ark are coming together to help neighbors recovering from the flood.
We use locally sourced meats and grains and eggs, and we come together as a community to help grow the garden.
Over 700 pounds of food loaded up, and after a 20-minute flight, welcomed into Gardner by an eager crowd excited to distribute the food in their own community.
Thanks for being here. Yes. Wow.
We're distributing because there's a lot of people that have no jobs, including business owners, because they haven't been open.
but also to the people in Mammoth.
The road from Mammoth to Gardner is closed, so the only way for them to get out is to go all the way out west. So that's kind of not economically feasible for people right now, especially with gas prices.
And for Rebecca, David, and Abigail, they came out to help those in their community who are feeling the financial pinch of a natural disaster.
And a lot of people lost their jobs and housing got rearranged. So we just are here to help support them.
And they also came to send a message to Montanans and travelers alike.
And Gardner's open again, and the road is open on Highway 89 to get to Gardner, so come visit.
It feels really good because we can pay forward our blessings and help people in need that might be faced with hard times.
Now, all the food has made it safely to Gardner and is being packed all the way up for the Gardner Food Bank. Now it's time to head back into the plane and back to Bozeman. In Gardner, Jane McDonald, MTN News.
The Navy's newest and most advanced submarine, named after the state of Montana, was officially commissioned with a lot of pomp and circumstance this past weekend. MTN's Jackie Coffin talks to one Billings man who made the trip to Virginia for the ceremony.
The USS Montana takes the spirit of our state to a new depth. One Montana touch, the Vigilante Code 3777 is inscribed on the bottom of the submarine, and the new crew commissioned are dubbed the Vigilantes of the Deep. At the commissioning this weekend, Montana pride was on full display. The USS Montana is a Block 4 Virginia-class fast attack submarine, known for her stealth, surveillance, and special warfare capabilities. And on Saturday, she was added into the fleet in style.
To have the USS Montana out at sea doing the job that it does it's just unbelievable to have.
Present at the commissioning was Ron Spence, board chairman of Friends of the USS Billings, an organization that brought another boat bearing a Montana name to the sea.
It was very meaningful to go down and attend this, just to, to being from Montana, to go down and see this boat that's going in the water, and it's out in the water today. And knowing that it's out there representing the state of Montana, it's an honor.
The boat sponsor is former Secretary of the Interior Sally Jewell, and at the commissioning event, she gave the crew the traditional order, and the Montana sailors obliged.
I would like now the officers and the crew of the USS Montana SSN 794 to man our ship and bring her to life.
And these men and women that support the ship and the men that serve on it, they really are taking Montana to heart.
This USS Montana is designed to serve 15 tours, ensuring a long life serving our country in Montana style.
It was really an honor, and it's just something I'll remember for a long, long time.
In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Coming up at 6:49, summer cooling cost tips.
I'm John Matteries. From fans to furnace filters, some inexpensive things you can buy to lower your cooling costs this year. That story coming up.